You weighed the pros and cons, talked to people, trusted your gut, maybe even tested the waters first. Then you made the call, the big decision. Now what? Well, you get to find out how things play out, but it's one of many decisions you'll make over a lifetime. Make enough of them, even at your best, and you're going to experience regret. It's normal. Show me someone with no regrets, and I'll show you someone who isn't trying. The funny thing is, regret can show up even when you did everything right. Yet you'll feel like you screwed up, but that's not always true. So if it's not that, what is regret? Sometimes when things don't work out, you're understandably disappointed. Your flight gets canceled. A job offer is withdrawn. Your property taxes get jacked up on your new home. Disappointment imagines a different world, but regret points its finger at you. It nags you by asking why you didn't make a different choice. Disappointment hurts but doesn't judge. Regret happens because of you, or at least that's what it wants you to believe. But what if you didn't screw up at all? Regret has an itchy finger. It will prosecute you even when no jury would ever find you guilty. The evidence is just how things turned out, as if the result alone was ever proof you chose badly. Bad weather, bad luck, zombie plague. It doesn't care. Regret screams that it's all your fault. The simple truth is sometimes things just don't work out. Regret will also take today's information and pretend it was available when you made your decision. Stock market crash, layoffs, alien invasion. 2020 hindsight is not evidence of a wrong decision. Strip out the bad luck, strip out the hindsight. What's left when you take those two away? That's the better question, and we'll get to that. First, let's talk about times regret shows up even when everything went according to plan. When I was younger, I had stupid amounts of debt. Student loans, credit cards, other lines of credit. I wasn't thinking much about crafting a career. I was thinking about getting paid. I needed to get out of debt, so I took whatever job paid the most. Eventually, I paid off everything. Years later, I found myself regretting some of my employment choices. Not because they were wrong, but because my circumstances changed. Then there are other times when nothing about your situation changed. You did. Your values, your priorities. Whether it's you or your circumstances, regret looks backward and judges yesterday's decision through today's lens. Yesterday's version of you wasn't trying to build today's life. Regret doesn't care. It will unfairly torment you. Given that, what is the right way to handle regret? Nothing I've said so far is meant to suggest that everything happens for a reason, or that you should forgive yourself and never have regrets. Regret does have a job to do. It poses a question that you only need to answer once. Did I make a mistake? Go back. Examine your decision. Not the outcome, the decision. If your reasoning was genuinely flawed, well, regret did its job. Learn from it and do better next time. In other words, learn from your mistakes. Then say thank you to regret and show it the door. Because things won't always go your way, sometimes from bad judgment, other times from something you never saw coming. Over time, there's a deeper lesson you'll learn that will enable you to face the unexpected confidently. There's nothing I can tell you that is going to take away the sting of a failed outcome, no matter the reason. What I can tell you is that overcoming setbacks and disappointments builds muscle, resilience, the ability to recover from adversity. When you get past setbacks and the unexpected, you gain confidence, skills, and experience. You learn that a failed outcome doesn't need to be the last stop on the train, just a detour. But, and this is important, you can only achieve resilience if you get rid of your regret. You can't let it fester. Here's why. If regret falsely accused you, get rid of it. If regret identified an error in judgment, do better. But regret still has to go. Regret, like fish, begins to smell when it stays too long. It poisons your mind by replaying the past on a loop. This is bad enough, but that second guessing then extends to future decisions. Your mind joins the dark side. Your next big decision starts looking too risky. You say to yourself, what if something goes wrong? What if I screw up again? Now you're taking fewer shots at the goal and drift into catastrophizing. This is the opposite of resilience. You don't want this. A lifetime of this behavior ends up with the mother of all regrets, looking back and wondering what might have been. It doesn't have to be that way. This channel is about making better decisions through clearer thinking. Go ahead and subscribe. You won't regret it. What's one setback that made you more resilient? Drop it in the comments.